everybody. Welcome back to the Ready Game Fire podcast. This is episode 23. I'm your host, Chris Fox, and with me today are James J.R. McNerney, Esquire, Stephen F. Edwards, Esquire, and Michael A.T. Power, Esquire, and together we are the IGN Pub Quiz champions of 2012.
Oh, yes, we are.
Don't do a discredit to our fellow teammates who helped us as well. Couldn't be here today.
What you mean? Wheels number 5 and 6.
The very same.
Squeaky wheels. Shopping trolley wheels and take you off on a side tangent.
I don't know how long you guys want to spend on this, but I could talk about how great we are for ages and ages and ages and ages.
Yeah.
I think the fans know. That's why they're still listening. Because, celebrities in the making right here, so...
Yeah, IGN gave us a lot of love.
Yeah, they did.
So,
IGN UK hosted a pub quiz in a pub in London, and we were lucky enough to
the Phoenix
win.
Artists Club.
It was a really, really hard quiz. I mean, props to the IGN UK guys, because you expect it. I mean, especially when we hit the Nintendo round and you think, okay, it's time to relax with some easy Nintendo questions. It was a really, really hard quiz. It was a massive shock that we won, and I was so happy. I just kept saying the phrase to the IGN UK guys, "I'm so happy."
You did, yeah. It was very nice of you to say it.
And we and basically all 6 of us, us 4 including Stuart Fenn and Nick Deering, walked away with armfuls of prizes each, and we had to start giving stuff away to the other teams because we couldn't carry it. / because we're really generous.
I think too much stuff though. Like there's no
complaining.
There's no denying that they cleared out their offices from a lot of crap and gave them out.
Yeah, made me happy. I love free anything.
I think you're upset to give away your kind of what was it, Age of Empires helmet.
Yeah, Steve had a sign.
Rocking it out.
We did snap a photo of it at least,
Yeah,
so you have been immortalised in digital history.
Thank God we got that photo. Yeah, Steve had a signed Age of Empires Centurion's helmet.
Don't know who it was signed by.
All the Debs, all of the Roman emperors who were on the cover.
Yeah,
it was just like a nice thing to own at the time, and then I thought I'm not going to take it home, and when it gets home, I'm not going to have any place to put it.
We could have put it.
Gave it to some little kid.
But we could have put it next to the Hylian. We got the Hylian sword and shield on a wall now
sword.
above where we podcast, because this is where it all began. So it was fitting that's where the trophy for the pub quiz essentially went. But yeah, it was an amazing night.
Yeah. No.
Thanks to the IGN guys for putting that on. They're now following us on Twitter.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Everything's backwards. Like I said, they're going to love all those IGN articles we republish.
Not happy about that, I imagine. I was the best thing I got was the giant signed source code like wall posters. But when I say wall poster, I mean it's a wall. It's your whole wall, and
it's
I love
one of those big cinema ones, isn't it?
Yeah, I got home. I was really nervously creeped through the massive box. My girlfriend was like, "Don't see it, don't see it," and
What's
she
that?
saw it and went, "What have you got? It's brilliant!" So going through,
she
loved
liked
it.
it.
Yeah, she loved it. And saw the source code poster, but it was just like I say, poster again, wall.
It has got a massive picture of Jake.
It's got a massive picture. Oh,
your girlfriend is a woman.
she is a
put it
woman.
up.
No, I haven't. I don't know
Did
where,
she share your enthusiasm to hang it up then?
Yeah. It's a question of where.
They both salivated with the same
signed
man.
poster of Keeley Hazel.
You did actually. That was
Surely, Mike, that your ceiling's big enough for one of those posters.
that was a veto. There was none
Above
of
the
that.
bed.
Above the bed, none of that.
I
don't want it.
I mean, think how much that would
Contrast.
benefit you every time you wake up in the morning.
Exactly,
And Jake Gyllenhaal,
Looking all saucy.
Who got the Attack the Block poster?
I think we gave it away.
Yeah,
Oh my God!
Yeah.
there was some
We gave away
little
lots of stuff.
scamps hanging around. They looked pretty gutted. They didn't win anything.
They look like what we'd have looked like if we hadn't won.
Well, I felt really bad because it wasn't like, okay, guys in third, guys in second, here your prize. It was like everything goes to one team. But it was amazing. I've never won anything like that before.
Rightly so.
Yeah. What do you mean?
The winning team should get all the prizes. Yeah.
Oh yeah, but it was great, and now the IGN guys have invited us to play Mario Kart with them sometime. So hopefully we'll get to head down to the IGN UK offices at some point. They have also said that I can go on the podcast. We'll see if that happens or not. I hope it does.
Keep pushing them.
Oh yeah, real hard. But yeah.
Keep checking in. Keep nudging them.
That's now our relationship with the IGN UK guys.
Yeah.
So we're pretty much in there basically. Like, we pretty much rub shoulders on them every day now, don't we?
Ready game for IGN.
But we get to defend our title at the next quiz. They're going to do another quiz, so
April,
we need to get more people down there.
We're very briefly on the front page of the website.
Oh yeah,
It's really exciting.
We were on an article on the front page of IGN. There was a photo of us with the IGN watermark in the bottom right-hand corner. I mean, that's usually reserved for screenshots of Spyro the Dragon 6, etc.
Well, it was like a
fan
screenshot of
now,
greatness,
so-
wasn't it? So
I got to say, happiest moment of my life. Right, moving on. Welcome to episode 23 of the Ready Game Fire podcast. So, in a kind of little QI-esque way, we've got a little soundboard.
Okay,
Do it live and then do it in post.
Okay.
Mike, you go.
Selfish, Michael.
Yeah, fair enough. That's good. Yeah.
That again was
Selfish, Michael.
So I go.
Chris, why don't you fuck off?
Okay. Steve Edwards goes.
Who is Stephen Edwards, Daisy?
Oh, bit of space.
Who is Stephen Edwards, Daisy?
And of course, Mac goes. It's the whole song of Return of the Mac. We'll just leave that running in the background.
Also because of his grassroots in hip hop, trancing music.
It's like my MMA debut.
Return of the Mac. I'd love to see you down to an MMA ring.
Trip and fall over and sweat your face.
Probably best you don't say much, Max.
So I made one for Stuart as well because this was originally going to be for the Christmas episode, but didn't get it done in time.
Okay, yeah.
But Stuart's one would have gone.
You want a Stulution? Is that what you want? You want a Stulution to this?
Right, well, let's crack on with some second-hand news. Durango. Okay.
It's that film.
It's that film starring Johnny Depp. It
Oscar-winning film.
It stars Johnny Depp as the next Xbox.
Oh man, and he's
Oh right.
disc driverless.
I didn't know that.
Sorry, guys. Yeah, what I'm saying is, leaked from GDC, apparently, allegedly, from a few sources, speculatively, the next Xbox is codenamed Durango. But yes, as Mike just pointed out, more importantly, it's rumored to not have a disc drive.
It'll be alright because there'll be no retailers by then because they're all closing down. So who needs discs?
It's not gonna be disc driveless.
Well, they're up for sale. We could always buy it. And
It's not. You're right. It's not going to not have a disc drive.
It's not gonna not have a disc drive.
Maybe the second iteration might cut it out, but
it'll have a disc drive. It has to have a disc drive.
It'll definitely have a disc drive. Is it gonna have a disc drive?
Slightly, yeah.
Definitely gonna have a disc drive. I don't know whether that rumor is just clearly from a guy.
There's a person.
Well, you know.
There's a person at my workplace actually that mentioned today. We were speaking about it. He doesn't think it will have a disc drive, and he believes that our internet and our infrastructure and everything is set up to a level that it can sustain its stuff without a disc
Yeah, maybe
drive.
in the centre of London and some places in
exactly.
America. There's countries that don't even have Xbox Live yet, and let alone internet to support it.
Yes, it's
Steve doesn't have the internet to support it.
No.
Yeah.
It's
It's
bull.
worrying for me.
Yeah.
Not that I'm gonna
You think how
buy the
big these
Durango
games are.
when it comes out.
At this stage, you don't need to. I mean, when you look at something like the Vita now, it's got it's day and date all digital games releasing with the retail. That's the next step is
Same price.
having that interlock, and then when that's firmly in place, that's not even in yet. You're not even getting every Xbox game on live because they've got some weird regulations about
the
when
problem,
you can release.
We're talking
digital
10.
versions.
We're talking 10 years until everything's digital.
Of course, yeah.
So, nice one. Whoever.
But unless it is kind of some kind of no disc, because they've got this issue, haven't they? They can't do DVDs again.
Yeah.
They can't do Blu-rays. So the rumor might have come from some kind of, they've got some other storage medium,
HD
like some
DVD?
kind of memory sticks, or
Bring
some
it
kind of
back.
Xbox memory sticks that you slot in, which might be a possibility. That might be where the rumor comes from, is it has its own memory card, kind of like the PS Vita. It would suck, but
Yeah. I've
they
heard
need to have bigger
rumors.
space on there.
I've heard rumors they don't want a Blu-ray drive because they'd have to pay,
course they
royalties and stuff to Sony and some of the other
royalties.
companies. So I think proprietary hard drive.
Do you reckon they made up the name as well?
Of course.
Durango.
Yeah.
No, Durango. No. That's from several sources from GDC who've leaked that.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a
We'll see
code
it
name.
at 3.
It's a code name, though, isn't
Sounds
it?
like a Bob Dylan's.
It's not going to be the final name.
Romance in Durango. That's what it sounds like.
Sounds great. The romance. Oh, the Xbox romance.
Oh, they wish.
They might do a 180 and then name the console Johnny Depp. Like the new Microsoft Johnny Depp.
A lot of sales right there.
Far more potential
That
than the
would
old
be
one.
his face on all of them.
Yeah.
There's no disc drive because his head just pops out and you insert the disc into his eyes.
Exactly.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, at that point, I'd just like to say,
Who is Stephen Edwards, Daisy?
That's a good soundbite.
thanks, Simon Pegg.
Do I
Was
need to
my
say
soundbite
something?
actually from Rest of the Other ones? Are you doing it?
Selfish, Michael.
It sounded like you. Because you do a good joke.
Selfish, Michael.
You are quite selfish for pointing that out, Mike.
Yeah, that's true.
Selfish, Michael.
Michael Bauer, Essex. You know what?
I said the other day, in about 5 years, the high street's just going to be restaurants. And then Game said, we're not stopping Mass Effect 3 or any other EA games past SSX.
Or Capcom versus Street Fighter.
Yeah, that's another big one they missed out on.
Game looked like they're just about to completely go under, don't they?
Yeah, no
I've
problem.
got inside sources saying one of the stores in particular is closed down in May, so it looks like the whole company will be going down pretty soon.
They're selling off what they can in stock, and then they might go administration and try and flounder for a bit until someone buys them and turns them into don't know, some kind of new agey internet cafe meets gaming.
Might be able to buy employees there after or something.
I think
10,000 employees.
They'll just turn into Costa Coffees, every single one of them.
Oh, good. Yeah, there's not enough of them yet.
With a small rock band set up in the corner.
Now, how have they got no more money? What happened to their money?
I'm not surprised. I used to work there many years ago, and I'm not surprised at the way they used to handle their business then. And the amount of money they'd waste on a weekly basis.
You've set up some kind of siphoning account, haven't you? When you left, that's what's been going on.
Moving on, before it gets too hairy. But, yeah, I'm not really surprised personally. Like,
pounds and pounds.
I don't know how much I'm allowed to say. I don't know what their sort of legal.
You're not under NDA for anything. You can say whatever the frick you want.
I never read any of those
You can
contracts.
say game are paying for all the weapons in
I never read those contracts.
Uzbekistan.
Speculation from your point of view at the moment, anyway, Max. So you can say whatever you like.
Well, they're wasting thousands every weekend. I can tell you that.
Embezzlement, sex scandals.
Just
I've got it all.
All companies waste money. It's about sales, about people not going to gaming anymore.
I haven't been to game in ages. The game has been so shit for so long. Game Station was at its best just before Game bought it. They used to have incredibly amazing retro sections and a lot more cool stuff in there, like Umbrella Corporation umbrellas. And now they're just obviously the same as Game.
I know what you mean, yeah. I think, I went to Game actually the other weekend to buy my screen protector for my Vita because it's there. It's nice having a dedicated retailer on the street. And I was walking in there because the stands are always up. And
well, then maybe we should have supported it more.
I did. I've got some game points.
Bought the odd thing there.
Yeah.
I don't even know where my Game loyalty card is. I lost it ages ago.
It'll be online. Just go in there, tell me your postcode. I need to cash it in because soon.
Yeah. They'll probably just carry on existing as an online presence though, right? Like Savvy
They've
and
got it
Woolworths.
for a while, haven't they? I mean, they'll have too much
Their
stuff.
website's shit as well though.
Yeah.
Every game you click on, out of stock. But here's how much it would be pre-owned. Fuck off.
It's a shame because hardware sales will come from there. Where do the gaming industry suffer? Where do mums go to buy their consoles?
Well, I mean, mums are pretty switched on with Amazon these days as well.
That's true.
It's grandmums that I know they'll be dead soon. But yeah, I mean, well, we'll have HMV. Ooh, that's gonna go down in a few. We might make it out of this year. It's 2012, okay?
Yeah, sure.
Let's think about the implications of that for a second.
That was what the apocalypse was all about. It was the online. It was the retailers. That was when it all ends.
We may end this year, or depending how far we make it through this year, when the meteorite comes, we may end this year without HMV or Game Station on our streets. It's crazy.
Or that little guy I saw on the street selling flowers the other day. He's probably not going to make it through the year either.
He's stocking N7 collector's editions actually at the moment.
Oh, is he? Oh, he's looking pretty sharp. Bye, Game.
Yeah, that'd be a shame.
Tesco will cash in.
Yeah.
They'll make an absolute killing out of this.
True.
Yeah, but they're good for the launches, aren't they? But they're not good.
But
But that's what's going to start happening. Now they're good for launches. Now it's now games out of the way. They can move in on the post-launch bit.
Sure. Yeah, in America, the biggest distributors are stuff like Walmart and Best Buy.
Kmart.
On a side project as games because it's all online now.
Well, they reckon that GameStop will buy out Game.
Yeah, we'll see. If it's worth it. With one PS share, it's not going to be too expensive to buy out. I reckon gaming are going to do a pub quiz just to get rid of all their stock. I reckon that's how they'll do it.
Oh my god!
Yeah, that would be quality. Yeah, that's a quiz to win. That one. Not that our one wasn't.
No.
We're heading down there, but we might have a few things left over from our price stash that we might give away to all you two listeners.
Yeah, hello you two.
Gary and
Plenty of copies of Tron Evolution.
Gary and Pete. Yeah, what's that? You like Tron Evolution for 360?
You like Jeff Bridges films?
Maybe Game going under and possibly HMV as well. Maybe it'll help out the little game retailers, the independent ones that I love, the independent ones where you can still find retro consoles and gaming and all that kind of cool stuff.
Maybe.
Chris, why don't you fuck off?
It's a little bit harsh, but moving on. Mass Effect 3 is out with problems. Steve?
Alright, yeah.
Right now, if you guys
Mass
are
Effect
interested.
3 came out. And
Authoritative.
it's been pretty well received. And no reviewers seem to be mentioning the bloody annoying bug that it has with it, which is that you can't import your Shepard's face if you created your Shepard in Mass Effect 1.
It's unbelievable.
Played it through Mass Effect 2, and then then you get to Mass Effect 3 and it doesn't work.
So it's got nothing to do with the scars?
No, it's if...
Well,
it's,
it
here we
might
go. I've
do.
read about this.
It's
Having
one theory.
decided that I'm not going to play, been reading up about it, trying to hope that they... Basically what it is, it's a bit boring, but they, in Mass Effect 3, to generate the face, uses a code that was generated in Mass Effect 2 to make the face. But if you import from Mass Effect 1 to Mass Effect 2, that code isn't generated, so it's looking for it and it's not there. That's the problem.
How could they
It's massive.
I don't understand that because it's ridiculous. This is the big Mass Effect thing. Use your same character in all 3 games. So why isn't this working? It's going to piss a lot of people off.
How he looks, I mean, it's crazy when you think of how it wasn't caught, how it's not already being patched and fixed. It's been on PC, so they must have had at least something in the works before it launched.
When I first tried to import in, there's 2 issues. There's either you just get an error code, which you had in your Mac, and then it just gives you generic Shepherd.
Yep.
Or it just gives you a guy that looks nothing like a Shepherd. And the guy
I wouldn't have noticed.
The guy gave
Is
me.
this your shepherd? What about this guy?
The guy gave me.
Did he have a beard? Is it Bernard?
He had like a really shit face and like a skinhead. And then I went through the presets, and it was just one of the presets with different hair. That's what they gave me. So they weren't like, they're not trying to trick me.
Because I came on to Xbox Live.
So shit.
And you were there because I knew you were having issues, and I was chatting to you, and you were busy creating your Shepherd again.
I've played the game for about 2 hours so far. And
so you went back. You were trying to rebuild him.
well, I made him.
You made it,
And then I was like, I thought I'd done really well, and he did look kind of like him, but he had these massive flappy fish gums. So I was like, I need to try again.
Should have chosen fish
and he was
gums then.
annoying me so much, like he was sort of.
So you did start the game,
I started it, I played the start,
but it
twice.
wasn't right.
So I tried again. I was like, right, I know I've done the mouth wrong, so I did it all again. But this time I couldn't get it right at all. It's been ages. Chatting to Mike on Xbox Live. And I went into it again, and he looked weird. He looked a bit spaced out. His eyes were a bit too far apart.
Oh my god!
More so than usual, anyway.
Yeah.
I've got to say, when you sent me a little picture of your Mass Effect 2
My original
Shepherd
one.
to show me what is it we're after, I was thinking, he's being fussy. How good can his Shepherd really look? But I think my heart skipped a beat a little bit.
He's a handsome man.
He's a gorgeous man.
handsome
Like you meet. Well, I mean, don't want to spoilers, but you meet a character quite right at the start of Mass Effect 3, and a bit of history there.
Yeah.
But because my Shepherd looked like such a twat.
Hello.
A twonk, yeah. Like,
Remember me? Have you been in a car accident?
I'm sure I saw a bit of disgust in her eye.
Yeah.
Like she was like turning away, like this is horrible. But
It's so bizarre. I mean, the start of Mass Effect 2 starts with your Shepherd dying and getting rebuilt.
Are they not checking this?
I don't know.
Are they not testing this? It's insane.
I've got to say, like, I played the first few hours of Mass Effect 3, and I'm not loving it. It's fine. It's buggy.
you didn't love the other two.
No, but the start of Mass Effect 2 was phenomenal. It's buggy.
like
I
the
don't know
start
if
three.
I've talked to some people. They agree. It's pretty buggy. Like
It's always
just
been buggy though.
No, not simple stuff like people just kind of gliding on the floor, people's heads in
It's
cutscenes.
the
and
future, Mike.
I had that a
Hello.
couple times.
It's
Set in the future.
yeah.
Ships flying all over the place.
And I thought at the start the graphics.
No
were,
wheels.
Sky's all black.
Yeah, it's
Weird.
Skies were black. People were just falling through the
yeah,
ground.
Earth's all mucked up looking.
Yeah, there's loads of big robots on the Earth. That's a big.
I want to enjoy it so much, but like
Yeah.
I'm willing to wait.
I think you should wait. I'm
I've
quite
waited long
fortunate.
enough.
I saw a story. I mean, you can't please everyone though, because I saw a story on Kotaku today saying that there's a petition to get
God.
the ending of Mass Effect 3 changed because some of the fans aren't happy. Oh,
20,000 of them.
Better do a petition
That's
then.
just, I read there's like 16 different versions of the ending, so
Yep.
play it again.
They played them all. No, they've done them all.
Of course they have.
Yeah, but this all
Already.
ties into the horrendous Metacritic bashing Mass Effect 3 is taken as well from this. I mean,
Is it all because of the face thing? Or?
no, it's no.
it was doing
It's
it before.
who knows what it is. It's one of these weird things. Like I've always said, like I understand, like when Halo or Uncharted comes out and they get 0 because you know it's the
And
fanboys.
COD as well.
And
was
COD's too
understandable.
popular. I think Mass Effect 3 has crossed over to the point where it's just too popular. I think people don't like EA, BioWare. People are just piling
Idiots.
on it.
People are just
Complete idiots.
We should all just. I mean, I say all of us. Any semi-intelligent gaming fan out there. Just ignore the user reviews on Metacritic.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable. 0 scores for Mass Effect 3. Yeah, you're right. It is a 0 game. But then, like we've discussed before, they're 5-year-olds. They are literally 5-year-olds, and we should ignore them.
We're going the other way now because Metacritic are deleting them.
Yeah,
They're
it's
deleting
true.
certain user scores. So now it's like Big Brother has spoken. Metacritic says your review is not allowed.
Well,
so what's going on?
These people were given the chance, and they blew it.
They're given the power and they
They're
abused
ruining it for everyone else.
Once again, the few ruin it for the many.
But yeah, I mean, like you say, what all Metacritic need to do is just man up and just put the reviewer scores like in a tiny little corner at the bottom of the page. Don't put it next to their score
That's stupid.
because no one gives a shit. Like I never look at them like.
No, why would you ever? I mean, as if that.
Because
would
I
ever...
read like it's just a 2-score system, isn't it? It's either 0 if you like
10, yeah,
hate
or
it, or 10 if you like it, and that's all people do.
They've said the fix is coming for this facial bug, but I'm quite fortunate because I'm halfway through 2. I started Mass Effect 1 4 separate times because I wasn't happy in different ways. My first guy, Boromir Shepherd, he didn't last very long.
Well, of
Then
course, Boromir.
I made some woman, spent ages on her appearance, and she still came across as a bit of a psychopathic, ugly person. Pie Shepherd was a name I immediately regretted, and his appearance was terrible. He looked like Chakotay from Star Trek Voyager, not good. So 9 hours into that playthrough, I thought this was the final one. 9 hours. Steve's round, and I say, Steve, I'm a bit confused by the leveling up system. I never seem to have any points. And he goes, you've had auto level up on. So 9 hours through, I was already on Vermeer, and I couldn't charm my way out of Rex getting shot. And I just didn't understand what was going on. So I started again, created a Femme Shep. She's really good looking, and she's, got a heart of gold. But my Achilles heel for Samus Shepherd is what I called her. She always has a drink, no matter what bar she's at.
It's brilliant when you get pissed mess, isn't it?
Yeah.
No repercussions.
Because no one's perfect, so she's got the heart of gold. She's Paragon all the way, but she's an alcoholic.
When you've had a few drinks, you just go stand in the male toilet.
I think what sucks in the face
I used to go to the female toilet and I was really sloshed.
people like me.
Miranda might be in a minute.
Oh, did she ever come in? She never came in.
She just sits in a little desk. We can't, in this situation, not mention Ryan.
Sure, yeah.
Who's got like 7 playthroughs to carry over in each one. If they don't fix it,
I hear they haven't heard from Ryan since Friday. I hope he's okay.
He blew up.
But he said his first Shepherd's going alright. He's just, obviously Ryan was never going to wait.
No, of course not.
But he said if this shit's still going when Raven Shepherds gets
involved,
she ain't gonna fly.
Who is Stephen Edwards, Daisy?
So last month, Mike and I went to a Nintendisco event where they were breaking a few records. They had the Guinness Book of Records people down. There were 2 records that people could beat: Super Mario World Speedrun and a how many controllers can you name in 30 seconds or something.
Yeah.
And here's a couple of interviews from that evening. Bam. So we're at the Nintendisco night on the what is the date today, Nick?
26th.
And tonight you guys are hosting a world record breaking night. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
We are indeed. We got the guys from Guinness down, and we've got 2 records that aren't confirmed in their book. So what we're going to do tonight is we're going to crown 2 world record holders.
I am on the board for Mario World, but I'm quite low down now.
What we're going to do is to make it interesting, get the people together and get everyone behind it. Because it's Guinness World Records, it's a huge thing. We want to get the top 5, we want to get them all on the big screen, and we're going to challenge them and see who can do it.
Man, it's been a really good night so far. Just quickly, for the listeners of Ready Game Fire who perhaps don't know you guys and what you do, tell us a little bit about Nintendisco.
We're Nintendisco, and what we like to think we run the UK or world's premier retro gaming club night. We're all about community. We're not about that community that sit with headsets on fucking Modern Warfare. We're about community that actually get together, actually sit next to each other and talk and just play games and enjoy it. Our night is kind of half about games. It's just half about enjoying the evening. That's kind of what we're about.
I'm enjoying the evening, Nick.
You are enjoying the evening. You are indeed. And the fact we keep mentioning you probably helps as well.
I'm loving the plugs.
You gotta love a plug. I think that the fun for Nintendisco is just going bloody countrywide. We've been up in Manchester last week. We had a fantastic time. Manchester just so receptive to it. Manchester is just so buzzing at the moment that trying to get something in there is fantastic. We're off to Margate in a couple of weeks, the Geek 2012 festival. 5 days gaming festival. They're the only people to do it in the UK. Eurogamer's fantastic. It's 3 days. Geek 2012, 5 days of gaming. Down in Margate, incredible.
So we should all pop down to Margate.
Yeah, Margate's a great town. What they're doing with Geek 2012 is they're doing. They want to invest money in it, and this is council run as well. The way they want to invest money is get people into the town, and the way they think is bring in a gaming festival. I think it's the first time gaming has ever been brought into Regeneration. It's a really fantastic event. It's going to be like Camden Crawl or something like that, but with gaming. It's really, really excited to be involved with it.
And, Dreamland in Margate hasn't been there for a while now, so they definitely need something new down there, don't they?
They do indeed, but this is exactly what we're down there for, just bringing new stuff. And the whole of Geek is going to bring in, Geek 2012 is going to bring in a whole new crowd to Margate. Margate's a great town, it's really happening, and we're excited to be a part of it.
Man, it sounds awesome, and you know that us at Ready Game Fire love you guys, and thank you for inviting us to another of your nights.
Can we come on your podcast?
Yes, please.
Because we were on the we were on the actual radio the other day.
Get right out of town. What radio were you on?
What were we on, Dave? What was it? Resonance FM.
Did you resonate well?
Yeah, no, it was a quiz, and we thought it was going to be an interview, and we did this. We went there thinking this is going to be on One Life Left. We thought this is just going to be an interview, and we just give all the normal stock answers.
Yeah.
But it wasn't. It was a kind of mock the wheat style quiz, and we still won. We did cheat, but we won.
Amazing. All this time you give away prizes, and you finally win one yourself.
Yeah, exactly. And the prize that we won, Nintendisco T-shirt.
Oh man!
I know, it was shit. I really hoped it'd be something good.
No, you need some spares. You need some spares.
Resonance FM, One Life Left. If you like Ready Game Fire, listen to that. It's fantastic. Very similar, but both fantastic.
Nick, thank you very much for talking to me today.
No problem, sir.
Right, we're still here at the Nintendisco World Record Breaking Night. Who are you?
Gaz Deeves. I'm the editor of the Guinness World Records Gamers Edition.
And how has the night been for you so far?
Oh, it's been excellent. We've had guys having a crack at Super Mario World record breaking, and we're about to get going on most video game controllers identified.
Have you been impressed with the attempts that you've seen so far tonight?
It's been a generally high standard. I was particularly impressed with a girl, Andrea. She seemed to really have a good line, and she took all the guys to the cleaners.
How come the only spin-off from the World Records has been the gaming edition?
Because gaming is awesome. There's so much going on in it. Like one of the things that readers of the main book said, pretty much some of them like sports, some of them like movies, but they all like games. So Guinness World Records thought, well, let's see if we can make a book about gaming, and we've just published our 5th edition now.
Amazing. And so, yeah, the response since you guys did your spin-off has been amazing from the fans then, yeah?
Yeah, I mean, it looks like this year we're going to sell about 500,000 copies, most of them in the US, which is fantastic. It's a great success, and for me, the best thing is the fun of making the book, though, to be honest.
Yeah, man, it must be amazing collating all that. I mean, who doesn't like reading World's Fattest Gamer, etc.? Is that a record?
No, there's no record for World's Fattest Gamer. It's a combination of high scores, things like industry achievements as well, stuff that relates to games. Just basically a sort of celebration of the last 12 months in gaming and what's happened.
If someone was to create a record themselves and send it in to you, would you guys recognise that?
We might do. We reject loads of stuff because it's too stupid, but...
like World's Fattest Gamer.
Like World's Fattest Gamer. But we also recognise plenty of stuff. There's people coming up with new ideas all the time. So just head to the website, guinnessworldrecords.com/gamers.
Okay, great. Well, listen, thanks for your time. I know you've got a lot more records to record tonight, like blindfolded controller guessing.
That's right. In fact, I think they're calling us in now. Thanks, guys.
Thank you very much, man. So, Dave,
yeah.
you're part of Nintendisco, is that correct?
I used to be.
No.
Would you say you're one of the more bitter members of Nintendisco right now?
No, I mean, come on. We don't like cheats, do we, in the world? But unfortunately, cheats seem to prosper, don't they?
Now, let's put this into context. Now, Dave was taking part in the Identify Game Controllers While Blindfolded Guinness World Records Challenge, and you were doing quite well for a while.
I think he was 18 point something seconds.
18.6 seconds, yeah.
Now, you were doing very well, and then what happened?
Well, I mean, basically, what happened was I was given a load of red herrings, trick controllers, crazy-ass controllers. I was even given the Atari 600 paddle, you know. No one would have recognised that, but I did. But then, you know, the person after me was given, like, a stick. What's that? A pencil. It was fucking easy.
I know. Who was this guy?
He was my ex-friend. Nicky, I'm a cocky bastard biscuit.
Nick, I'm a cockney bastard world record holding biscuit.
Yeah, cheating, swine. But it's not his fault, you know, he was given those easy-ass controllers. You saw it happen, guys.
He was given those cheating genes.
Yeah, to be honest, maybe so. He has cheated his way through life, you know, but we love him for it, don't we?
And when is the next Nintendisco night?
No.
No more.
Look, it's going to be edited in a bad way, but obviously I love him, but he's still a cheating bastard, of course. No, there aren't any more. The disco is going its own way, and Nintendo is going the other way. That's what's happening.
I think I know where I'll be.
At the disco, right?
No.
Oh shit.
No, at home crying over the breakup.
Fair enough. As long as you can identify a stick over a fucking Xbox Mark 1 controller, then you'll be on his side, won't you?
Give me a week of revision, I might be there. Dave, thank you very much for your bittered embittered words.
No problem, no problem.
Yeah, it was good fun though.
How many did you guys name?
Thanks, guys.
Controllers.
Well, we didn't actually get on that one. It was a massive queue. As soon as they would like do this one, there's an absolute ringer. And one of the winners was one of the guys setting up the event.
It was Nick.
He was just done.
And the other one was the Mario World Speed Challenge. Now, Mike, you were in the top 5 of the semi-finalists to get on, but none of the 5 semi-finalists managed to finish. So number 6, Muggins over here, your host Chris Fox. He does finish, but he didn't break a record.
No.
But I did win a Guinness Book of Records Gamer Edition.
He did.
So, Steve, you've got the Guinness World Records Book of 2012, the Gamers Edition. What you got for us?
Well, got one record there. First one I've opened on. Most real-life mountain ranges in a video game is SSX. The Holder came out.
Knew it was.
A week ago.
Just came out. Very good.
Pretty
game.
good going.
SSX is good, but
it's amazing. It's just
Most real-life mountain ranges. Sure.
Oh, mate, yeah, some of the best. I mean, they're exactly like when I snowboard down the Rockies. It's similar.
Longest period covered in a baseball simulation is old-time baseball. Some of them are alright, but most of them are just absolute tat.
Well, the infamous one is good.
First 4-player downloadable game that wasn't available in Korea.
What's infamous one?
First user-generated content creator for an open-world console title.
There you go.
Bam, record holders. Stop slagging off the book. We just had an interview from the guys themselves.
What's the Uncharted one?
Yeah, best-selling 7th generation PlayStation 3. So that's like removes GT and God of War, obviously.
Unbelievable.
This is too good. I could read this all day. One more. First HD stealth game remakes was Tom Clancy's Splinter Cells trilogy.
Of course.
That's not a record.
They're doing
it's just things, isn't it? It's
just things that have happened.
But it does say records on the front, so it's all wrong.
We have a few nuggets left over from the episode 20 extravaganza. Here's one of them now. It's where James McNerney, who's seated to my left, travels to the future to bring us an exclusive review of a game that hasn't even come out yet. Games that haven't even been announced yet. Games that haven't even been thought of yet. But James McNerney, or Mac, travels to the future. Mac travels to the future to bring us a future review of a future title by Mac. It's Mac to the future. So Mac, you've been to the future and back again. How was your trip this time? Did you?
It's pretty good.
You didn't pick up any books containing the results of sporting events, did you?
Well, of course, but
how's the economy?
I won't leave at my DeLorean this time.
How's the economy in? What year? Give us a hint. Which year did you go to?
I went to the distant future of 2014.
What? You've got a time machine shaped like a sexy naked woman.
3014.
3000.
Yeah, there we go.
Now you're talking. So you went retro for this review because you were in 3014. Who wins the Olympics in 2012?
Yeah,
I do actually. I want to keep that on the wraps, but yeah, there you go.
It's out.
Underdog. There you go.
Killed my hype for the Olympics. I just can't get as excited about
Special Olympics for me. That's right.
Oh yeah, that's about right. Yeah.
So by the end, the commentators going, and the winner of the women's synchronised gymnastics, it's James McNerney.
Yeah, well done, James.
Huzzah. Mac, you've been to the future.
Have indeed.
What have you learned? What's coming out?
Many grave and horrible things.
Oh my god.
I've seen a launch title entitled Gears of War 4.
Oh, here we go.
That's not in development.
They're not doing a Gears of War 4.
That's what you think.
Are they doing a Gears of War 4?
They are indeed, yeah. It's coming out for the Y-Box 180.
Wow. Wait for that. Oh, nice.
Exactly.
They've done a 180.
Because everyone assumed it was going to be 720, so they decided to call it 180. Wow. And the shape of it is pretty funny. It's like half a circle. So,
did you say Y-Box?
Y-Box.
Oh, Y-Box.
Yeah, he's done that.
So yeah.
It's like a half circle.
Yeah.
Wow.
And the controller's like a Y shape, which holds sideways. So yeah, have fun with that one.
Is this a hardware review or a software review?
It's a bit of both.
Yeah.
Okay. They kind of tie in together.
Was this your trolley your new favourite one since the N64, which you famously hate?
Oh, yeah, because you need 3 hands that one.
This one is 2 hands, so it's a Y. You hold the top of the Y. It's all about the pointy bottom bit of the Y.
You don't hold that way. You hold it sideways. So you got like 1 prong on the left hand, 2 prongs on the right hand. So you got to alternate between the two.
Like a double guitar.
Exactly.
Oh wow.
So there you go.
Can I just say, you saying that you need 3 hands for the N64 pad is almost as ridiculous as when you said I haven't played Mr. Splosion Man.
Yeah, it's up there.
And those are just the ones
up
I
there
can
in my top 3.
That's just the ones I can remember off the top of my head.
That's because they're the only ones I've ever said wrong.
That's true.
He really does.
You don't.
You can't. It's just this thing in the middle looking at me, and I'm like, well, why? What do I do with it, man? Neither of my hands are on it.
Just that one eye looking at you.
I don't like it.
Awkward.
Okay, so
Cool. So yeah, Gears of War 4.
Was Gears of War 4 a cover-based shooter with aliens that jump out the ground?
I was never a fan of the series really, but I had to say this one won me over quite a bit.
Oh wow.
Mainly because they've decided to jump from a TPS, third-person shooter, to FPS.
Fifth-person shooter.
Well, normally, yeah, but in 2014, FPS actually means farming practical simulator. So yeah, so they actually have to change the terminology soon.
So are they still? So it's a bunch of beefcakes on a farm.
Quite possibly.
So wait a minute. So the farming practical simulators get so big in the next 2 years that FPS genre just dies out. It literally.
Pretty much.
I wouldn't have predicted it.
But FPS still reigns.
No.
It's a good way of doing it because imagine you pick up a game, you're like, oh, FPS. If you're a big fan of FPSs, you pick up, it's like, oh yeah, newest FPS out. Oh my god, you wouldn't even hesitate. You buy it. You run home. What is this?
Now the crops in these Gears of War farms, do they suffer from locust infestations?
The locusts do really emerge in this. And
what plant do they like to eat the most?
Spuds.
Spuds.
God knows.
Spuds. Brilliant.
Cliff Bleszinski is still in charge of the games for some reason.
Is he a playable character yet?
Cliff? He has a little cameo appearance in this one.
Wow, what's he do?
He'll be one of the voice actors alongside some of the like lesser known ones, like the guy who does Bender's voice and an upcoming actor, obviously Nolan North.
Of course, yeah,
of course, you know, relatively unknown.
Who's he?
He's only done like 2 or 3 games in the past week, I think.
He's a Red Game Fire fan, I know that much.
Yes, I know.
Yeah, he is actually. So yeah, so because it's Farm Practical Simulator, Cliff Bleszinski, the lead designer behind it all, obviously, has decided to change what the name actually means. So Gears of War, it's going to be Gears of Wars. Yeah.
Right.
But Gears of War is actually an acronym anyway.
Okay.
So Gears of Wars is a new acronym. Cool. Alright, all with me so far, yeah? So we'll see. So yeah, Gears of War actually stands for greatly exaggerated and really shallow. Obviously forgettable and ambitiously reprehensible.
I don't know if it even works, but I love it.
Great way to mark your game.
Yeah, I know, it's good.
So what does the S now stand for?
Well, they've changed genre obviously, so now it's a great ecosystem and reality simulator. Oddly farming, whilst arduous, rewards stupendously.
4.
So yeah. 4. So yeah. Because like 4th generation of farming.
Yeah, mate,
it's
that's
going incredible.
brilliant.
Incredible
Wow.
stuff. Oh, that's good. Cheers, man. Appreciate it.
Who's joking?
So yeah.
I'm fairly excited about it.
I got to read a couple of Cliff Bleszinski's interviews as well, which he mentions that he actually included some of these as Easter eggs in the previous games, but obviously they were too subtle that people didn't notice. The colour palettes, you know, everything was brown. That's symbolised his love for soil. Big fan of it, so no one noticed it. So yeah, the colour palette was one of them. In Gears of War 3, for the brief bit I played of it, you see Dom in the beginning wearing like a overalls outfit, whatever, so it's very hillbilly-esque, you know, farming sort of fan. Locusts, obviously, you know, farmers' worst enemies.
Of course.
Everyone hates locusts.
That and foxes.
Exactly.
And Rihanna.
You also originally want to call the game Spores of Law, because for their new vibrant and colourful worlds and stuff.
Spores of Law?
Spores
and
of
what's
Law.
that an acronym for?
I don't know yet. I'll find one. He wouldn't tell me actually, so there you go.
Oh my god, he's always been a bit arrogant.
I wasn't allowed to give like proper details on the levels and stuff because the game's obviously not out for another 1,000 years. So yeah, 2014.
There's no way they did not do another game for 1,000 years.
Was there any reason for the long gap, for the long wait?
They were trying to find some ambition to inject into the game.
Yeah, it took a long
time and they still didn't find much, so I thought, we'll stick it out anyway.
Nice.
So there's like a Locust Revenge level at one point where they're just attacking swarms and they keep attacking like your most expensive crops and stuff, so you got to try and fend them off.
Bloody hell.
Yeah.
As best you can.
Like your carrots, your hibiscuses.
Exactly.
And his spuds.
Anything
his
happens
spuds, of
to my
course.
carrots. God.
The guest cameos I've already mentioned, obviously. You know, Bender, Nolan North.
That's it.
Someone else who's writing I can't read.
That's your writing.
Yeah, that's what makes it worse. Mini games. There's Years of Yore. You play as one of 3 legendary farmers in a plow-off style multiplayer game mode.
Legendary farmers. Who are they?
Legendary farmers. Jamie Oliver.
Surely you've got.
By 2014, he might be a legendary.
He might be.
He might be.
He might actually be worth listening to.
So on McDonald, obviously.
Yeah, Ronald McDonald too, and
Whoa.
He was just a.
Now, he may be part of the same family, but he wasn't a farmer.
I'm not convinced he's done any kind of farming or he knows anything about food whatsoever.
Horde mode returns. Slight variation to the name as well. It's actually going to be horticulturist mode. So they'll give you an app for your iPhone, which will still exist in 1,000 years.
Of course, yeah.
iPhone will probably be on the iPhone 4S.
Yeah, that'd be quite cool.
By then.
So when you go on holiday or anything, basically, first thing you need to do is you need to run to your balcony, have a look outside, see what sort of plants are growing out there.
Yeah.
Whip out your iPhone, just have a quick scan of everything that's going on,
nice.
and it'll translate all that into the game. So like, you get loads of new plants and stuff.
I'm so looking forward to it.
So yeah, that'll be quite cool.
I'll be dead, obviously, but...
There's a survival mode as well.
Yeah.
Where you get to play as a tree. You need to fend off against lumberjacks, aggressive lumberjacks.
That sounds a bit tacked on.
Yeah, well, the whole game was tacked on, wasn't it? And then if you're really, really bored, it's got board mode, which you play on the loading screens, and it's basically the Gears of War campaign. So yeah.
Wow. So we're talking long loading times.
Wow. Well, in the future it'll be nothing, isn't it? It's
Up to
super quick.
8-hour loading times.
You'll have a skip button in the bottom corner if you want to, obviously, get past it all.
Very nice.
And then to wrap it up, basically, they're going to try and launch 2 SKUs, so you're going to get like the standard edition, Spores of Law edition, and then you're going to get the bundle pack too. Is the Gears of Chore edition, so you get a straw hat and a fresh bag of organic soil imported from Cliff B's garden himself.
Nice, yeah.
And yeah, you've all got that to look forward to.
Wow.
In
3014.
Sorry, is that an actual in the box that you can use in your own garden, or is that like a perk?
No, it'll be an actual one. So if you want to start your own farming empire, then what better way to start than with
And
Cliff
of course,
B?
in 3014 there will be giant locusts running around in the real world. So it's like the game mirrors real life.
Exactly.
Isn't it? Wow.
Journey.
Hey.
3 of us have played it. Steve, you haven't played it yet. It's been a PlayStation Plus exclusive for this first week, but this is from that game company who brought us Flower, and
Flow.
People have been complaining a lot about the length because it is a whole £10 or $15.99 in America. Is a whole £10, and yes, it's a 2-hour experience, more or less. But that's not how you should be looking at it. It's incredible. It's 2 hours of gaming gold that most games don't have in them at any point. So please play Journey. I can't recommend it highly enough.
Yeah, for me, since Flower came out 3 years ago. Oh, it's crazy, it's 3 years ago.
And you, Mike, would get in a whole... I've been pretty much supporting this team for...
Journey was announced.
And can I just say...
Selfish, Michael.
It's been a long time coming, and yeah, I think it's funny. I look at it like the pricing it's an important issue. I think
it's just come out. I mean, it'll be cheap.
Oh yeah, you price things high so you can waterfall the price down, gradually lower it. But Flower came out at $6.29. It's $6.99. It's a strange pricing to come out at $6.99. It kind of shows that they have a value of it that's slightly higher than something more quantum, which it is. I mean, it's been in development for 3 years.
It's worth the money.
They've been marketing it a bit more
Yeah,
as well.
they have.
So
There's a lot of hype.
So to be honest, it's worth every single penny. But I worry that people do look at it and go $9.99 2 hours. They kind of shot themselves in the foot a little bit. I think.
Yeah, but
they could have priced it lower.
It's annoying when I'm playing a single player campaign and you're just being deviated from your main mission just to pad out the hours. It's Journey is all killer, no filler.
That is Journey, isn't it? There's not
There's only one game I can think of there.
What's that?
Uncharted 3 all the way.
Oh, nice.
The ultimate deviating.
What, all filler?
No, but that's weird. But the filler is still killer, but it is still filler.
So much.
But would you rather play as Nathan Drake in the desert, or would you rather play as that little?
No, the Journey desert was
the
much
Jawa.
better.
Journey obviously has that game company's signature minimalist design, but there are many times in that game where you just have your breath completely taken away. It's unbelievably stunning. Play it now.
Yeah.
I don't want to talk about it too much because I really don't want to spoil it for anybody listening. But Mac and Mike, how much of it did you do with a stranger, a random companion?
I'll try and be vague, obviously, but when I started it was a few minutes before I actually met anyone, and then they dropped out about a quarter of the way through, and then someone else joined in pretty much instantly, and then went through at least 3/4 of the game with one person. Yeah. And it's quite good because you develop a little bond with them. You go through little trials together, and there were some heartbreaking moments watching them. And,
you do form an amazing bond. I met someone very early on, and I thought I was annoying this person at some point with the way I was playing, but there were some moments where I was saved and he was saved, and Annie was just going, "Oh, so you're going to marry this guy, are you?" Girlfriend was getting jealous of on-screen journey companion. It's that incredible.
Assumes he's a guy.
Yeah, exactly. And it works to a T. I mean, I was similarly, like, at first I kind of panicked because kind of like with Flower, you get to, it also was nice and friendly, but it does get a little darker, more dangerous. And at the point where it got dangerous, that was the point where the guy dropped out, and I was like, look at. And I panicked. I was sad that he was gone. I panicked that he was gone. Things got scared. I went through the scary bit by myself. Got to the other side. Someone else joined and did the rest of it. And that was, man. That emotion. You can't do that without doing it the way we've done it. It's smart. It works. The thing is, someone who loves, I do love trophies, but the trophies they've added help form the game a little bit. Like, they're smart trophies.
They're interesting trophies.
To do things.
Yeah, they're not lazy trophies.
Yeah, and they work your way through it. It's a complete package, man.
And a few twists near the ending just make it a must play. I can't recommend it enough.
No.
Go play Journey.
Did you all play it in one sitting? I know
you have to. I think.
You really do.
You have to. You all played with people who didn't.
You'll want. Well, no, they might have played already, gone back and might be dropping into certain levels and just doing bits now. Like, their trophies. Trust me, the reason it is 2 hours is because you should play it once.
It's to do like it's like a film. It is like a journey that you want to do in one rather than break up the experience. And I felt compelled to finish, especially as I was with the same companion throughout, and I didn't want to abandon them, and vice versa. I didn't want to get abandoned.
I think it was near the end. I just turned to the guy and bowed at him in the game, and he stopped, turned and bowed back at me, and we just finished. It was that whole last moment, that whole last bit where it's a roller coaster, and then I got, but I'd lost my guy. He was gone. Got there, and he was waiting for me.
Nice.
He was waiting for me.
Yeah, I had that too, except I was in the lead.
Yeah, no, I was well behind.
So yeah, play Journey. Oh, was it?
Yeah, it could have been you two together.
Mike?
Chris. That's what I was hoping that. Yeah,
me and Mac have got a way to know if we're ever playing. We're going to do like a 3 jumps, and then the other person has to jump 3 times.
Well, I would love to try and like make a match up and try and play together.
Well, I guess maybe if after
you can keep going into
7 months after it's come out, if we all play at 5:30 in the morning,
exactly,
4 in the morning, we might be able to get.
Because it's just fun playing together. Because you can do it all single player, but trust me, it feels you get a certain advantage playing with someone else. It feels more connected.
The experience was quadrupled for me as soon as I met up with.
Do you get a choice? I mean,
no,
unless
you
can just run off. Offline, you can just run off and ignore him. You can do whatever you want. No, they do just appear.
But it made it for me. I mean, obviously it would have been amazing anyhow. But that whole the way we can talk about this. The way co-op is done in this game is you'll just be randomly connected to another player who's playing at the same place. So there's no
sort of like
chat.
As well.
There's no interface. You can't like ready up lobbies, etc. You just meet a random player who's also playing, and you guys can do your own thing. You can go your separate ways. You can join together.
You got one button to make a little noise, and some of the trophies encourage that. One of the trophies encourages you to try and do something with them. It seemed quite complex, and I was thinking, how on earth am I going to communicate to this guy? I want to do this, and I kind of eventually you just seem to both get each other's language.
Okay, cool.
Journey. Worse than Flower, though.
Go and check it out. It's better than Flower.
It's not. It's not as coherent a narrative, unfortunately.
It's not what?
We could just.
It's not coherent a narrative.
As coherent a narrative. I'd love to discuss like the interpretation of the actual story of like, because it is interesting. Like, you play it again and again. There's little kind of clues. Play it again and again and again.
It's awesome.
It's wicked.
The PlayStation Vita has come out, and Mike and Mac have theirs. I will be getting one for my birthday, which is next month in April. If anyone wants to buy me any games, I'll give you a list.
Oh yeah.
How's it working out for you guys?
It's good.
The Vita is a phenomenal handheld console, just out the door. But the promise of the connectivity between PS3 isn't there yet.
A
It's,
five-star
early,
Yeah, it's
rating
early.
system. A 5-star rating system for a whole console is
Yeah.
ridiculous.
No, it's too full.
Mad young man.
If you look back to how the PS3 was
Exactly,
when it
yeah.
launched compared to what it is
I'm-
now,
yeah, exactly.
it's got plenty of room for growth.
I'm excited. But the only problem is how it's supported. Obviously, the PS3 did sell. The Vita clearly it's not selling.
It's the
not.
price.
Oh, the Vita will be a failure. It's a sad thing to say, but,
But
it's,
if it fails, then it never reaches potential. PS3 is where it is now because it lasted. It did make it through its struggle.
Yeah.
It sold, and there's Sony had a reason to support it. The Vita, if it doesn't make it past those first 2 years, unfortunately, they're going to have to cut it off. But-
exactly. I mean, yeah, failure is like, what is a failure?
Sure,
But yeah, Mike, you just described it right there. But I mean, especially in this country, when you see people who have PSPs, which compared to old ladies with DSs are very rare, and when you see what they're playing, it's always Football Manager or FIFA.
Yeah.
So,
Exactly.
I mean, the
It's
whole
got FIFA.
the whole power of the Vita interests hardcore gamers like us, but for Joe Public, they're never going to pick up it'll always be off their radar. And
Yeah.
it's not going to happen.
No, I think you're wrong to say it's going to fail because it's got a Call of Duty coming out this year. It's got the ability.
But that's
And so Sony, I think what Sony did, they've released it early, so it sells its 1 million copies to the hardcore.
if
Which it
Call
has
of Duty
done
was
already.
only coming out on the Vita, I'd agree with you.
Yeah.
But it's not.
No, but it's
is
going to
it?
have a Vita specific version.
Yeah, but FIFA
People
Sutherland's
don't everyone's got an Xbox.
Care about
FIFA Sutherland's are just going to go. Well, I'll just play it on my 360. Thank you very much.
Yeah, it's
How much?
exactly it.
£200+? No.
Yeah, but
No, I mean it's tough. I mean,
They're not.
gameplay.
And
they're
it won't
not
be as
interested.
good as the console version.
well,
It
you don't
can't
know
be.
that.
No, man.
You don't know
It
that.
won't be.
comparatively for what you don't
Comparatively
you
for
don't sit on the train and think this is you play Uncharted. At no point do I think this isn't as good. I look at it and go, I'm so impressed by what is on here.
Yeah, but that's what you are. You're not.
No, I mean,
you're not who
anything.
we're talking about here.
Rayman Origins is
Again,
I disagree with you, Steve, because I went through all of Uncharted. I finished it, and in a good way, you forget that you're playing it on a handheld because the graphics are so good. Like the gameplay stands up alongside Uncharted One.
that's fair enough. But
flawlessly.
what we're saying, me and Chris, is not like that the games aren't good compared to their console things. But you're talking about your Call of Duty fans seeing it's coming out on PSP and going, or Vita, and going, oh, I'll get a Vita for that. It's not
No, I
happening.
do.
They're going to say, oh, well, Black Ops 2 whatever's coming out as well at the same time.
if it comes out mid-year, but these are people who just see the name and buy it.
That's the
You've got to
thing.
remember,
Yeah, but they
they're
won't
not-
buy the system.
They're
though.
not super rich though.
People, I mean, the reason
Super
the Xbox,
rich people will buy
why
it.
didn't the Xbox sold so well last Christmas? It's because Modern Warfare 3 came out. It
Different
sold
though, mate.
massively.
Yeah, but this is the thing. It's not the same experience as the 360 version,
not,
and they've got 360s.
It's
a niche product. It's great. I can't wait to get one.
yeah.
It's a marvel. It's impressive, but it's not going to be.
the weird thing was how the marketing just stumbled. There was nothing. I couldn't.
A couple of days
believe
before,
it.
and they literally thought, "Fuck, we haven't ran these adverts that we spent
Yeah.
loads of money on," and they just suddenly came out in the end.
But if it's
Yeah,
all,
I haven't seen anything.
Yeah.
actually. And I watch a lot of football. You'd think.
unless they're saving the marketing budget, like I said, they've released the handheld console. They've got a plan for it. It's sold now. It hasn't sold particularly well, but you get to Christmas, they pump that marketing budget, and then price cut. That's probably it, to be honest. But right now, yeah, it's sitting there. It's brilliant. Like,
Do you think
playing
there'll be a
it is unbelievable.
price cut before April?
No, before Christmas. It's gotta be
What,
there.
what's I was asking these guys that what's coming out on it like that's big. Like we've got Uncharted now, and we've
You got Uncharted, yeah.
You got
Wipeout.
Gravity Rush in
Gravity
June,
Rush
I
is a
believe.
interesting game.
But
No,
like-
no, what's coming out that's big?
Little Big Planet coming out. Bioshock Infinite and the Call of Duty game are going to come out this year, so that's.
Is it so? It will just be the latest Call of Duty.
There's a new game from the Mega
No, they'll
Man
make their
dude
own.
as well.
They'll make their own version.
I'm
It's-
trying to think what a system seller would be on it. I guess
But it's the same as PS3, isn't it? It's this PS3 doesn't have a massive system seller. It just goes along because it has enough content, enough goodwill, and enough brand recognition. The problem is it's a handheld.
Yeah,
and
that's what I mean,
the
that-
issue.
that's what I was
PS3 has
saying, yeah.
struggled to get where it is. The Vita's got the exact same struggles with the hindrance in that it's a portable console in a world that doesn't necessarily need
yeah,
it.
and it doesn't have the goodwill of the PS2 and PS1. right?
Exactly. So,
Like,
I mean-
because no one
Yeah.
like a lot of people, even though PSP sold ridiculously well, like
It's
not
got the
it did so
stigma-
well.
it's got the
Yeah,
stigma
a lot
of
of people see
PSP.
PSP as a failure. So
Yeah, sure. And the
I do, even though it's
yeah.
funny when you see it's like
60,
outsold
70
the
million.
PS3 and the Xbox 360.
Yeah,
You think,
yeah.
"What?"
It's no, I mean, as someone who's got the console, just couldn't be happier. Like, I mean, I've got too many games to play. Like, I'm playing Rayman because I'm renting it and I'm trying to get through it, but that's a massive game, and I'm sitting there going, but I need to play Uncharted, I need to play Escape Plan, a really cool downloadable game that's very, very interesting. I want to play Stardust, that looks brilliant on there. I played it. Motorstorm RC is a really cool little race of Micro Machines-esque with addictive challenges and some kind of cool online leaderboards you have to keep beating. It's brilliant. Game's brilliant, console brilliant, just what no one knows about it. Vita as well, you can play PS3 users if you're using your Vita to play Wipeout.
Yeah,
That's
can't wait
pretty
for
fast.
Wipeout. That's my launch game.
Yeah.
That's my game.
I mean, for me, it works so well having the commute I do now, like an hour or so, just perfect. Like literally, my commute's not long enough now. I mean, I love it. We'll see by Christmas. That's really it, isn't it? Is if they do the right stuff and it sells. because it needs a lot of tweaking. There's a certain little glitch in there. My trophy collection broke. I was away and the trophy app broke, and I had no way of syncing my trophies. I've been playing, and suddenly I was reading. They were like, you have to
You were
delete it.
looking
You have
quite
to
shabby when we last saw you.
Yeah, they're like, you have to reset
Disheveled.
the console and re-get it. But luckily, I went through my friends list, synced it that way, saved my Rayman trophies. Phew!
I'd love you for your trophies. To
Not
be
all
honest.
trophies. It'd have been that
So
one last few
funny.
minutes.
You'd be a mess. How many?
Selfish, Michael.
We've used your one the most.
That's the best one.
But no, I am loving my Vita, definitely. Played quite a few hours on Super Stardust.
You had some massive score. I went on and saw
Yeah.
your score. I thought you got 40,000. Came where I had 6 million. I was like, got 6 million. And Mac had 40. He had 40 million. He had
40
40
million?
million. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, loving every minute of it. It's incredible.
Impossible
Little
games.
portable PS3 in my pocket.
That's exactly it. Like, and you take it to bed. Like,
Yeah.
I've been,
Dude.
I've been pretty. I was always pretty against like playing handhelds at home. It seems so odd, but this just breaks that barrier down because it's
Good.
not handheld gaming.
And cross-game chat as well. Works flawlessly on it.
Better than PS3. Better than
Very
Xbox.
amazed by it.
Does it actually work?
Yeah.
Who have you been playing with?
We talked a little
Tried
bit.
to speaking to each other. He's sitting in the
Tried it.
office. Yeah, he's sitting in the
Press
office
it, you're just
looking
there,
like a
you just
loon.
chat, the microphone picks you up,
Yeah.
just speak away. Yeah, they've got it, and like I say, if it's successful, they'll keep adding features like the PS3, they'll keep tweaking and get it perfect, because it's got the potential to be incredible.
I mean, it shows how jaded gamers are, because you don't hear enough gamers, including us right now, talking about how amazing it is to see a game like Wipeout running with that amount of power in a handheld. It's absolutely crazy. I love the way the D-pad feels. I said to Mac earlier on, I get a bit worried with the analog sticks. They feel a little bit fragile.
You will get very worried about your Vita. I mean, I'm not one of the usual Vita.
You've got to case it up. Mac's carrying his around now in the thin sheet of styrofoam. It comes packed.
Did you see my
There's
case?
no good case. Yeah, a big brick.
Mike's got an armoured case in the shape of Nathan Drake's head.
I had to. It's just, and I feel very secure.
Very classy.
I feel very
It's not light though when you pick it all up.
I do. It doesn't make a clumsy. Pick it out, to open it, and unlock it.
Determined to make it as least possible as possible.
Exactly. Yeah.
New listeners, new followers on Twitter, check out our back catalogue. We've got 22 episodes.
There's some classics in there.
22 and a half. 20.
It's actually 24 episodes because 20 was a two-part, and we've got 17A when we were at Eurogamer 2011. But yeah, check out the website. You can find them at readygamefire.co.uk. Find us on YouTube. Find us on iTunes, and contact us through Twitter, through Facebook. Ready Game Fire at both, and contact at readygamefire.co.uk. So please go back and check out our back catalogues, because we're not a news site or anything. We've really made an effort to make each individual episode its own thing. They're all very enjoyable and, dare I say it, timeless. If you ignore the news sections.
daring.
If you ignore all the current affairs. So yeah, like I said, iTunes, YouTube, Twitter and Facebook. If you're on iTunes and you want to subscribe to us, you'll get new episodes straight to your iDevices, and you can also rate and review us there, which really helps us. So please give us a 5-star rating or whatever you think we deserve. And just a sentence or two. Okay? Cheers. Hopefully I'll get on the IGN podcast and give us a little plug on there.
Mm-hmm.
That was Ready Game Fire episode 23, so it's goodbye from me, Chris Fox.
Chris, why don't you fuck off?
It's goodbye from Mike Power.
Selfish, Michael.
Not selfish, just self-concerned.
It's goodbye from Steve Edwards.
Who is Stephen Edwards, Daisy?
And it's goodbye from James
Who the fuck's
McNerney.
Daisy?
Thanks for listening.
Cheerio.
Adios.